but I will let you know, we met out in the field, what is that, the ranch, over on 167th Street. I think Sister Amadou is there right now. You remember we had that big occasion? What year was that? 2008? 2007. I was there in 2007. I've been with you in 2008. We made Hazel Crest Day for Imam Mohammed, Dean Mohammed, back in 2009, 2010, and now 2011. We're celebrating and we're giving tribute to the Imam or Dean Mohammed Day in the village of Hazel Crest for September 4th, 2011. And I want to present it to you. And thank you so very much. Notice I couldn't have sit by myself. Every time I get here, I be ready. Thank you very much.
I want to thank our mayor so much for his presence here today. We appreciate him. I told him that several times. Next, we'd like to bring up from the Chicago Archdiocese, a very esteemed guest, Sister Joan McGuire. Would she please come forward and to read the community?
Good afternoon. I'm very happy to be with you as you enter into your convention. And I am a Dominican sister, Catholic sister, Dominican Sister of Peace, and I'm the director of the Office for Ecumenical and Interreligious Affairs for the Archdiocese of Chicago. A very long name, which means that I am responsible for the Archdiocese to reach out to other Christians, those who are not Catholics, and to other religions, all of the other religions here in Chicago. And we know that we have a number of all of those communities. So I'm very happy to be today with the Muslim community, with Deputy Muhammad. And particularly, I want to, in the name of the Archbishop of Chicago, Francis Cardinal George, to congratulate Deputy Muhammad and all of those who are involved in the planning of this annual convention. And he appreciates the topic of building model communities, and I wish you well in that project. For the past 14 years, I have participated in regular dialogues with members of the Deputy Muhammad movement. Also, it was my privilege a few years ago to co-host the public conversation between the late Imam Deputy Muhammad and Francis Cardinal George at Holy Name Cathedral Parish. Many of you were there because it was a wonderful crowd. And so we do have a great relationship with the Muslim community here in Chicago, the Lady Muhammad's group. And your theme resonates with us as Catholics because we follow that, and you do too, Kathy, the great commandment of love God and love neighbor. And I think it's on that love for each other that the model communities will established a document that says that Catholics are to reject nothing of what is true and holy in other religions, and urges Catholics to enter, and this is what we should be doing with the Muslim community, for Catholics to enter with prudence and charity to discussions and collaboration with members of other religions. So today is an example of us trying to do that. And so I pray that may our two religious communities join together to build model communities in our neighborhoods, maybe particularly in Chicago, since it's such a need here, and throughout the world, give a model for other places. Thank you.
Thank you, Sister Jones White, representing Chicago Archdiocese. Moving the program right along. Next, we will very honored to bring to the podium our friends from the Focolare. We have Mr. Marco himself. He will come to us to say some words and let us welcome him and our friends from the Focolare.
Assalamu alaikum. I believe the greatness of peace on behalf of the Focolare members who are present here today and those who couldn't make it. But it's always, how grateful we are for the invitation, and it's always a privilege to be here with you. When I heard the title, Building Model Communities, it brought me to think about the Focolare movement, which is the characteristic of the Focolare is that it's a communitarian spirituality, which is a way of living the spiritual life for us, for Christians and gospel. And it's not an individual spirituality, which means that we go to God together. And Imam Muhammad and Yara was the founders of the Focolare, certainly had been models in building communities. Communities where God is at the center, and each one of us unfolding His will, as Sister Jones said, loving God and loving one another, generate this community, this family, and gives like a deep glimpse of heaven and earth. During this convention, I'm sure you focus also on the insights, the teachings, and the legacy of Imam Muhammad. And I've been privileged, as many of you, certainly not as much as some of you, to get to know him and to witness his faith, his love for God, and his desire to build communities among Muslims and among men. If you will, allow me to share 3 unforgettable days that I lived with Imam Muhammad. I never shared about these 3 days, so I will take this opportunity to say something about it, because for me, they were a model of how someone, Imam Muhammad and Yara, build communities. It was in mid-September of 2004, a few years ago, and I flew to Rome with Imam Muhammad, just the 2 of us. He was invited to be part of an event called Interdependence Day. So we spent many hours together, just the 2 of us, on the plane. I remember in Paris, we went for breakfast for 3 hours, just sitting down. I wish I had taken a board, but we didn't have it. He shared about his father, his mother, when he was youth, when he was young, his faith. He shared about his desire for paradise, where we will all be together. He shared, he underlined many times how much we are already a family. I was really struck by his humility. He said it once, "My only desire is to be nothing, so that God can be everything in me, so that He can work in me." Then we met many people who were too active